everyone, this is Diego from the Art Trike and arttrike830.com, and today we are going to be working with shapes. We went over what shapes are, and we've introduced some geometric shapes and some organic shapes. Now let's take these exact same shapes and let's create something with them. For this project video, we're going to be using construction paper. Get as many colors as you can, or if you don't have any construction paper, just use regular paper that you've colored with a marker, color pencils, or crayons. You're also going to need some scissors and something to glue them together. Either a glue stick or a bottle of glue, and of course, our trusty number 2 pencil. Alright, so here I have a picture of a giraffe. I've chosen colors that are very similar to that of a giraffe. And the first thing I like to do if I have an image is to break the image down into simple shapes. I will be using geometric shapes whenever I can, but most of these will be organic. This neck right here is just a rectangle with the corners from the top and bottom cut off. And here we have this really big organic shape that is most of the body. And then smaller organic shapes for the legs. And some rectangles to finish off the legs. This stuff right here is the detail. We don't really want to pay attention to the detail right now. These spots are all details that we can add later on. Right now we are focusing on the big shapes for our object. In this case, the giraffe. Before I use the colors to make the giraffe, I'm going to use a simple black construction paper to cut out the shapes. And this will help how exactly I plan to build the giraffe with the brown papers. This technique using silhouettes in basic shape allows you to understand what the giraffe is made out of. It helps you understand how to break the giraffe down into simpler shapes, so when you construct it in your color paper, or in case you want to draw it on a piece of paper, you are going to understand what shapes you need to draw to finish off the entire shape of the giraffe. That is only one way of many ways to create the giraffe. I could just stick with geometric shapes, your squares, rectangles, and triangles, and I still get a giraffe. What makes a giraffe? The long neck, really. And then we can alter these rectangles and squares to make it look more like a giraffe. Don't forget about the antenna. Let's make these legs a little longer by cutting out bigger shapes out of construction paper. Maybe that's too big. Alright, moving along. We made a giraffe, or the silhouette of a giraffe, to help us get started. Now, let's create something else. Before, I had a picture of the giraffe, which I could then break down into simple shapes. In this case, I'm going to draw the shapes myself out of memory or out of my imagination. Alright, once I have the shape of the apple drawn up, I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. I make it easy on myself and I cut the square out to make it easier to maneuver. And now I can use the scissors to cut out the organic shape of the apple. Here's a little stick that comes out from the apple. Now I'm going to use the shape of the apple on top of the green to more or less cut out the shape of the leaf that I need. By copying the shape of the leaf on a darker green, I can then cut out the pieces that I don't want and keep the pieces that I do want. I can then give this leaf the effect that it has some shadow in it. Then I cut out this pink piece of paper to create some highlights on the apple. That is where the light is hitting. And then I size up this little twig part to give it a light spot. While you're working on this, be sure to glue your pieces together once you have everything figured out. Otherwise, you'll have trouble like I am having right now, keeping these things in place. Alright, I wasn't happy with the shape of the apple. And since this is my apple, I've made it a little shorter, a little thicker. I'm going to put all the pieces back together, and there you go. An apple made out of construction paper. Breaking everything down into simple shapes will help you draw and create objects from your imagination and from observing objects. Okay, on the giraffe, we saw the giraffe picture and we broke it down. This apple, I used my imagination to figure out what shapes I needed, and there you go. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Get some paper, cut it out, glue it together, create some cool stuff, have some fun with it. If you do create something, post it on our Facebook. I want to see it. Y'all have a wonderful day, and keep creating, Eagle Pass. Bye-bye.